Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another episode of SuppTalk Radio. Thank you so much for downloading us. So, very interesting story with my guest tonight. As many of you know, I have a forum affiliated with the show. Logged on one day and see a bunch of loggers logging products from a company called Genetically Altered Pharmaceuticals. So I decided to do my research, as always for you folks, look at the website, familiarize myself with the products. Looks like a good company, and here I am about to bring on the owner of the show, I should say the owner of the company, and here to educate all you, the listeners. So allow me to introduce John Cochcroft from Genetically Altered Pharmaceuticals. John, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Frank. I appreciate it.
So, John, tell us about the company. What's the origins? How long have you guys been in business?
Okay, well, personally, I started out, doing supplement retail online, and then I previously owned a company called Anabolic Engineered Research. Then I recently branched off. It was about, I think it was like November of last year. I was thinking about doing this brand, and I came up with a company name, Genetically Altered Pharmaceuticals. I did a lot of research and found the delivery system I wanted to use, and we got our labels and everything rolling, and we recently just started selling in March of this year.
And how are things going thus far? A couple of months in, how's business?
Business is going good. We're previously sold out of a few products right now since launch, and we've got to. Excuse me one second. I don't know why that's going off.
So, John, how is business lately?
Business is going well. Since launch, we sold out of a good many products. We landed a good retail store online. Strong Supplements is one of our, suggested retailers, and we've been doing really well. The website's been doing good. We've got a lot of traffic coming through. Probably about 100 or so people a day.
Excellent.
That's pretty much where it's at right now.
So how did you guys come up with the name Genetically Altered Pharmaceuticals? Just shot in the dark, or something more behind it?
Well, I actually thought it was just a pretty cool name, and we did a lot of time thinking on trying to be different than other companies, and the names of the products too were well thought out. Some were, just really pretty much just shot in the dark actually, but we did come up with it. It took us a very long time, probably about a month alone, just to come up with the company name, product names, etc.
Interesting. And I know now, looking at your products, transitioning into your products, a lot of them are they to replace the recently banned kind of pro hormones, or what's some of the basis of the products?
Yeah, that's correct. The main reason why I wanted to come up with this company was a pro hormone alternative, because previously, like I told you guys, I owned Anabolic Engineered Research. I was one of the former owners, and all we did was sell hormones. And when the ban came in December, I had to scramble, and I had this in my back pocket. It was just an idea, and I brought it to life. Like I said, all of these compounds, technically, by the term pro hormone, or definition rather, they are pro hormones. They are DHEA compounds. They're not new. They've been out on the market since probably about 4 or 5 years ago. A company called Promoted Performance brought them out. Eric was the owner. But they're enantiated DHEAs, and they are pro hormone replacements because they are non-methylated, and they do deliver results, and you can take them for longer periods of time.
Now, John, for people that are not familiar with the word non-methylated, what does that mean exactly?
Well, the methylation on the compounds, like on pro hormones and whatnot, there was just a process of how your liver broke it down, and it would make the gains more drastic. It would be more immediate than non-methylated. So, I mean, like I said, these compounds, will work, but it just takes a longer period of time for it to work. That's why you can take it from anywhere from, suggested time to take these compounds would be 8 weeks to 12 weeks. You can even go up to 16 weeks with minimal side effects. And with the methylation, compounds, that there's more side effects. It swells your liver up because the way your liver has to process it. It's just a lot safer.
Good. Well, no, I appreciate you. I appreciate you explaining that, because I know there's a lot of, my listeners are a big gamut of people. We have people that are just starting off, and we have people that have been doing this for many, many years. And I appreciate you explaining what methylated is. So long story short, it's more harsh or more harmful sometimes on the organs of the body.
Correct. And keep in mind, I'm not a chemist. I am a Googleologist.
You're a Googleologist. I like that.
Yes, Googleologist.
And so, John, let's talk about some of the products specifically. I guess what is your best seller right now? We can go from there.
Best seller. It's funny. I anticipated my best seller to be the pre-workout, obviously, and it actually is the best seller. I've got two versions of the pre-workout. It's called Demented, and it's not spelled like the regular Demented spell. It's D-M-A-A-E-N-T-E-D, D-M-A-A-N-T, basically, because the main ingredient is 1,3-dimethyl, which is not banned or illegal. The FDA is trying to crack down on some things right now, doing a lot of scare tactics to scare users from DMAA and ant citrate, which are, methamphetamine-based, stimulants, basically, they're just trying to scare the people away from using it, and they're not going to be illegal anytime soon. They're not going to ban it anytime soon, So I put it in these products because I know it works, and at the right dosages, it can give you really good energy. As long as you don't abuse the product and, overdose and take more than recommended dosage. But, the Demented itself, just a regular version, is a synergistic blend of nootropics and stimulants. I'll go ahead and give the rundown of the every ingredient. It's, DMAA, caffeine anhydrous, ornithine HCl, phenethylamine, alpha-GPC, phenephrine, and picotropin. Okay, and all these compounds together, you can actually even take it as not just a pre-workout, but it can be thermogenic as well and help you burn some fat. It's pretty much an all-in-one pre-workout. And my people that are taking it, people that are buying it, are giving us great reviews on this. People are saying they're killing 2-hour workouts and they still have energy after that throughout the day. And what's so unique about our products is it's the RAID technology, and that's an acronym that stands for Rapid Androgen Injection Delivery. And basically it's a sublingual tablet, and it goes straight into your bloodstream. That's why this pre-workout and all the other products work well, because I don't have to, jack the dosage up orally. Products aren't bioavailable due to there's no delivery system. Your stomach, your stomach acids destroy most of the compounds. And I don't really know the actual percentages that your body's going to break it down, or how much more you get sublingually. But I've done a lot of research, and there's conflicting research in any type of research. That people do all these studies, and studies are mainly government grants, and you got to basically say what you got to make them say what the government tells you to say. Really, I mean, when they give you the money, you got to make it say something. But
yes.
The bioavailability orally is not as good as sublingually. So that's why I want to do everything sublingual under the RAID technology, which is just a rapid dissolving tablet. Now, this pre-workout itself, it kicks in. People are saying it kicks in within 3 to 5 minutes. Some are saying 15. Like I said, they're getting consistent energy, and it's sustainable. It's clean energy. They're saying no jitters, no crashes. I accidentally formulated it. I mean, I was just playing around with it, didn't think it was going to work that well, and it ended up working very well. So. I'm actually pretty excited about it.
John, I have a lot of respect for proprietary blends, and if you're uncomfortable answering, that's fine. Could you share with the listeners what the caffeine content is? Because I have a lot of listeners that are, tolerant as well as sensitive.
Sure.
So I want to make sure that if anybody tries this, that we're targeting the right audience.
Let's clarify this too. All my blends are proprietary. A lot of companies, do proprietary blends. The reason why I do proprietary blends is because I spend a lot of hours in research and formulating these, and people don't understand how corrupt this industry is. It's a very corrupt industry. Other companies are going to steal your formulas. They're going to copy your labels. They're going to do everything they can to make it dollar, and that's just how this industry is. But yeah, I don't mind revealing some things like the caffeine content. The caffeine anhydrous in Demented, I believe, it's right under 200 milligrams.
It's for the 3 tablets.
175. Within 3 tablets, correct.
Okay.
A lot of companies like to do like 500 milligrams caffeine in one serving. It's actually not. It's better to do any dosage around 200 per serving on any product, really, because you don't want to overdose the caffeine. Some people don't respond well to it. So around it's 175, I believe, exactly.
And I appreciate you sharing that. I think. And a lot of my listeners, I say this, I'm almost repetitive sometimes on the shows, is I think as a society too much, we're becoming too overstimulated. And again, as you mentioned, some of these companies nowadays coming up with, 350, 400, 500 milligrams of caffeine. But again, long story short, I appreciate you sharing that with the listeners.
That's not a problem at all.
So now with something like this, have you ever thought about putting it in a powder formula? Yes,
actually, we manufacture ourselves. We have our own manufacturing facility. We manufacture in-house. I will be getting powder capability soon to start making powder pre's.
Excellent.
The reason why I put this in a sublingual tablet is because nobody else in the industry is doing this. Okay, nobody else has ever. I don't even know if they even thought about it as a supplement. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I've been in sports supplements for at least 15 years, ever since I was in high school. They've been taking stuff. I've never seen anything like it. So I just decided to bring it out. And people like it because they don't have to go to the bathroom constantly. Whenever you do a pre-workout, you can either straight shot it, or you can just mix it in water. And most people mix it in water. And I was thinking, if they don't have access to a shaker cup or something, it's just inconvenient. I wanted to bring convenience to the industry a little bit, make things more convenient, and that's why I did this.
So is it pretty much just have it sit under the tongue for a certain amount of time, and when it's almost done, then just chew the rest and swallow?
Correct. And on the directions, I tell people to chew first, but with all these active ingredients in this one product, I'm not saying it's going to taste like sweet tarts, because it's not. Okay, the sour cherry, it's high in citric acid, so it actually blocks some of the bitterness. Thing is, my anabolic products taste better than this pre-workout, and some people don't like the taste of it, but they know that it works, and a lot of people don't really care so much about the taste. But and personally, when I took it, I formulated everything, I tasted everything, and it is very bitter. But if you don't chew it first, if you just put it on your tongue and let it sit there for about 35, 45 seconds, it doesn't taste as bad. The artificial sweetener starts to, disperse properly, and, it won't be as bad. But if it doesn't dissolve within, 35 to 45 seconds, you have to chew it up and then swallow. But if you just want to go ahead and chew it up, put it under your tongue, it'll dissolve even faster. And we had a little bit of a problem starting up. We had tablets being too brittle. So with this technology, the rapid dissolving RAID technology, I had to make the tablets harder because I didn't want my customers having broken up tablets in the bottles, and a lot of people, I don't want anybody complaining, which I haven't had any complaints yet. But
gotcha.
I had to harden the tablets because of that reason, and that also makes it dissolve slower. Because with this technology, the softer the tablet, the faster it dissolves. So it won't dissolve as fast as it normally would when I first had the first batch out. Now I'm at the second batch, and it's dissolving slower. So you just keep that in mind. You have to best thing to do is just chew it up and just have a little bit of water to wash it down with this specific product.
Gotcha. And then your other product, you have demented anabolic infusion, obviously a little bit of a different
Correct.
formula.
Correct. Now, the first product was designed just for stim, because everybody wants stim these days. They don't care about anything else but stimulants, okay? I wanted to make a pump product, a semi-pump product, and I didn't really think it was going to be that good of a pump, but I added NMDA, and I added Super 5 DHEA, which is basically just regular DHEA, just slightly altered to make it a little bit stronger. And I added those two compounds in there, and apparently it gives a great pump. And also, I didn't realize this, but hordenine HCl, which I have in both products, is great for increasing pump. It's a stimulant, but it also helps the vascular system, which increases pump, which I didn't realize this until I did further research, and people are getting great pumps from both of these products. Even the regular demented, people are getting a small pump. It's not noticeable, not massive or anything, but the anabolic infusion definitely is giving more of a pump. And just to keep in mind, also it's in production right now. Engorged nitric oxide. It's coming out. It's in tablet form. It's not sublingual. You just swallow 12 pills to one serving, and people are the beta testers are getting great results from that pump product as well. So I have the demented anabolic infusion, and then engorged NO, which is our nitric oxide product.
Did you say the engorged? Do you have to take 12 pills?
Yes, they're very small. Most companies, like, you'll see Dimetize amino pills. They're about 3 inches long. They're massive. People don't like swallowing them. I have 600 milligram tablets. They're very small. They're 12 millimeters in size. People aren't complaining about the serving size is very large. 12 tablets is a lot, but you got to remember also that it's not a powder pump. It's not gigantic pills, so it's easier on people to take. That people that can't take large horse pills can easily swallow these down and no problem.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when I started 25 years ago, the good old amino acid tablets that were probably almost the size of a small finger.
Yes, I agree with that. I can remember exactly those as well, because I was taking them as well.
So what else is moving well for you folks that you'd like to talk about?
Well, let's see here. The anabolics that I have, my favorite one really is the anabolic algorithm. Now, keep in mind, if you remember the old Primordial Performances DHEAs, the super DHEAs he had, he was dosing them around, anywhere from 400 to 600 milligrams, per compound, and it was costing people $200, $300 a bottle. Okay, these are not dosed that high, but because of the sublingual technology, I don't have to dose it at 300 to 600 milligrams to get an effect, because you're getting more bioavailable milligrams because your body's not breaking it down. Now, the anabolic algorithm, which is a 5-compound super DHEA stack, which I am actually slightly altering next batch. It will have a few different things in it, but right now it has. I'll tell you the ingredients. Let me pull it up real quick. All right. It has. Keep in mind also, I have all of the super DHEA compounds on the home page. If you scroll down the home page, all at the bottom, the hormone precursor science, it has everything in there but the super 19 NOR. I got to put that in there. I got to do small editing to the site, so I got to add that compound. But most compound science with references are on there. And also, I wanted to say that the things that inspired me to do this company, I forgot to cover this, was 2 big companies that I used to take a lot of their products when I was younger, and they both inspired me. First was Eric at Primordial Performance. His company and his technology inspired me to do this, and also Advanced Muscle Science, when they were big into pro hormones, I was taking a lot of their products, and I just liked all of their niche, delivery systems and stuff. But both those companies, even though they're competitors now for me, but ironically that they inspired me to do this. So I wanted to throw that in there too. But anyway, back to anabolic algorithm. Okay. It's 340 milligrams of synergistic blend of all the super DHEAs. Now, keep in mind, the only reason why they're called super is the super is the word for their delivered. It's two different delivery systems. It's enanthated, like injectable enanthated testosterone. It's just an oil or salt or ester that's attached to the compound that makes it time release. Okay, so. And then the second delivery system would be my RAID technology, which makes it more bioavailable. So the super DHEAs are more bioavailable than their counterparts, which would be their DHEAs like 1-andro, 4-andro, 19-norandro. So those aren't that effective because everybody does them in oral form these days. Even sublingual, they're not as effective because they're not time release. Your body has to utilize these compounds, and the good thing is, thanks that I found the enanthated DHEA that is time released. So it's not just dumped onto your system like even if I had the regular DHEA sublingually, it's all dumped to your system at one time, and then it just goes right out. It doesn't stay in your system, so your body doesn't have enough time to utilize the compounds to make them that effective. But with these super DHEAs, it counters all that, plus with the sublingual technology. It dumps them all in your system at one time like you're injecting, and then it slowly releases into your blood, into your body, and your body utilizes it that way. So it makes it more effective. So anyways, all right, I'm sorry, I keep getting off on a tangent, but
No, believe me, more information is better. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, son. Back to the compounds now. Okay. Super 1 DHEA, okay, that's just one DHEA, okay, basically. So 1-andro, rather. And that converts, I believe it's a dual conversion process, two-stage process that converts to 1 testosterone. Now, supposedly 1 testosterone is 700 times more anabolic than regular testosterone. So it's going to be a lot drier. It's going to be a lot drier, and, there's a lot of, give me one second, I'm pulling up some more information here. But yeah, it's a lot drier. You get lean mass gains. You can bulk on it. And keep in mind that it doesn't matter if it's a androgenic compound or anabolic compound. You can bulk and cut. It's all calorie dependent. So if you're not intaking enough calories, you're not gonna bulk. If you're intaking a lot of calories, 3,000 5,000 calories a day, you're gonna bulk. You can, like I said, people like bodybuilders inject, testosterone stipinate all the time. Okay, it's very, it's very wet, but people don't think you can cut on wet compounds. You can cut on any compound, really. Okay, like I said, if your diet's right and you're eating clean, you can basically cut on anything. So, like I said, it's all calorie dependent. But now let me go back to here. I'm going to go and pull up more information for everybody and break it down.
With this product here, have you been able to target, or people, is your audience using it more for the cutting? And as you mentioned, it's a very versatile product, but are you finding people using it more for the bulk, more for the cut, or have you been able to analyze that aspect yet?
Well, some people have been using it for leaning out, and but I'd say 90% are bulking on it. Most people, everybody from all the analytics, Google Analytics research I've done on my website, everybody wants to bulk. Everybody's searching bulking compounds, bulking products, bulk. Everybody wants to bulk. Everybody wants to get bigger. But from actual, when I was beta testing these products, a lot of people are using it for lean bulking, and some very small percentage use it for leaning out. But back to the 1 super DHEA. Okay, the key attributes for this product would be muscle mass increase, nitrogen retention, strength, muscle hardening. You can use it for hardening. Also to counter any androgenic conversion. It'll stop the bloating. Great for recovery. Now, the next compound would be Super 4 DHEA, which is just 4-androstenedione. That would convert to testosterone, okay, basically just regular testosterone. And the key attributes for that product, it's anabolic and androgenic about equally, because testosterone is both anabolic and androgenic. The key attributes would be also muscle mass, nitrogen retention, strength. It would increase. It increase blood volume. Increase recovery. Also, Super 4 DHEA also increases IGF-1 and GH levels. Okay, which is very important for growth.
Mm-hmm.
The next compound is Super 19-Nor-DHEA, which is just 19-Nor-DHEA that converts to norandrolone, which is it's an anabolic steroid, and it can be androgenic, and some anabolic properties to that, which is great for bulking. Super R-DHEA, which not a lot of people are familiar with what Super R-DHEA really is. It was only brought out briefly, but Super R-DHEA, I know you heard epiandrosterone, that compound epiandrosterone that's out now.
Yep.
That supposedly converts to DHT. It does, but it's very minimal conversion. Okay. With Super R-DHEA, the conversion of dihydrotestosterone is much higher. Now, how much higher, I'm not really certain on that. I haven't really done the research on, how much more percentage it converts to. But I know for a fact it works better. Super R-DHEA, effects are strength. It's great for muscle hardening. Good for, low-calorie diets. Holding muscle mass in your body, not cannibalizing itself. And good for reducing water retention, increasing recovery. It's anti-estrogenic. It increases your sex drive, so it's great to stack with any anabolic and androgenic, cycles. And also a massive alpha aggression in the gym. So you'll feel you'll feel stronger. It's just a good mood enhancer. Because of the increased sex drive, so it's going to make you feel you're more powerful, so that's what the RDHEA does exactly. Now, the final compound in anabolic algorithm, which is the Super 5 DHEA, which is just regular DHEA, slightly altered, and that's good for, anti-aging, increased exercise endurance, and increases your, cardiovascular endurance, recovery, fat loss. It's anti-catabolic, which helps you retain muscle mass on a low-calorie diet, just kind of like the Super R DHEA. And it'll increase your immune system. And it's not really for bulking per se, but, you can bulk on it. Like I said, it's all calorie dependent. But it's mainly just for, lean gains, small lean gains. You're not going to see any drastic increases of mass, mainly on that compound. But it's just it helps complement the other compounds in the product, and that's why I put it in there. So that's the rundown on that product exactly.
So, John, have you seen people using this as just a standalone for, and I'll use the word hand quotes here, test booster, or people using this more for PCT, or is it kind of equal for users? Some are using one way and some using another?
Well, most people are using it since they are hormones under the definition of prohormone. They are prohormones basically. They are using it for mainly just gains, just getting gains.
Okay.
Not necessarily for post cycle or anything like that. But all my anabolics are great standalone products, but stacking them would be the best. And you don't have to stack this with anything. It's every single product that I have in one tablet. Also, from the beta testing, I had one of my loggers. He was doing a 3,000 calorie diet. Okay, clean eating. And he gained about, I think it was 4.5 pounds in 1 week or something.
Oh, wow.
Like that. And that's going to be rare, okay? You're not going to, like I said, these are non-methylated products, so you're not going to see drastic gains quickly. It's going to be a longer period of time. But if you're eating enough calories, you will see big gains on this product. You can, like I said, the best way to take it would be anywhere A lot of people like to do 4-week cycles. I actually prefer or suggest on these compounds 8 to 16 weeks, depending on the side effects. Because remember, you can always double the servings. Okay, so if you wanted more gains, more dosage of the DHEAs, which you get 340 milligrams of super DHEAs with this compound. You would double your dose. You would probably see a lot more gains, but also you would see a lot more side effects. Just because they're not methylated doesn't mean they're going to have any side effects. They are going to have side effects, just like any other anabolic steroid, androgenic steroid. You're going to have side effects. The more you increase the dosage, the higher the side effects are. That's why I have them dosed properly. They're not overdosed. They're not underdosed. They're right in between. And in the industry standard, they're actually higher than anybody else is giving. If you look at Advanced Muscle Science, they're only giving 100 milligrams of the regular DHEAs, and look at Andro Factory. They're selling, the Andro Factory is basically promoted performance. It's Eric's wife or girlfriend or whatever, Venus is her name. She runs the company. She owns the company. But it's basically Eric's formulations brought back. And the thing is, here's why I dosed the dosage the way I did. First off was, I didn't want so many side effects. I wanted to be mainstream products. So, and everybody could take them without having lots and lots of side effects. So I dosed them at these dosages that I have. And the reason why is because, first off, cost is very important in this industry. If your product is too much money, you're not going to be able to sell it. Okay, like for instance, Andro Factory, that they're selling their super DHEA compounds, and it's only dual stacks and singles too. They don't have a 5-compound stack like I do. They are selling their product for $150. Not everybody can afford $150 for a natural product. These are naturally derived from foods. They're DHEAs. They're not chemically altered prohormones that you could sell for $100 a bottle. Okay, you can't do that. Nobody's gonna be able to afford it. I wanted Genetically Pharmaceuticals to be a company that had products that were properly dosed, even though they're in prop blend. They're properly dosed, and people can afford. If they can't afford it, they can't take it. If they can't take it, your company's never going to grow. You're not going to get reviews. People aren't going to see how well they work, because who wants to sit there and spend $150, $200 in a bottle for just to get minimal gains? It's just too much of a risk. That's why I did it that way.
Now, John, wouldn't something like demented, though, and correct me if I'm wrong, wouldn't dose almost be dependent on the size of the person?
Well, yeah, that's very true. Okay. That's very true. Everybody responds differently to stimulants. Okay. Now I don't have clinically dosed compounds in demented. I have them slightly underdosed because I didn't know how everybody was going to respond to it. I'll tell you right now, I can tell you the DMAA is actually dosed at 75 milligrams per tablet. Okay. So that's pretty good for a 1-day dose. Now, again, remember, it's also stacked with other nootropics and stimulants. So that's why I had to be very careful, because I could, if I dosed it improperly, someone could get sick and hurt, and then I could be in a lawsuit. Okay.
Of course.
I didn't. The purpose behind this company is to make legitimate products that work and to keep everybody healthy and safe. That's why I slightly made the dosages smaller than normal, because I didn't want anybody to get hurt, and that was just the first batch, so I could adjust it. If it didn't work well, people would tell me, and then I could properly adjust the dosages, make them a little higher, what have you. But I haven't had to do that because it's working so well. I mean, people are getting hours and hours and hours of energy, and it's surprising how well it's performing.
Gotcha. John, what I'd like to do, if we have a few more minutes here, is maybe discuss some of your PCTs.
Sure.
Just to be honest, a lot of my listeners are not the hardcore, steroid users. Just to be blunt.
Correct.
We've got a lot of people that are been doing this for years. We've got new people, the weekend warriors and whatnot. But a lot of my listeners are now dabbling in SARMs. Are you familiar with SARMs?
Yes, I know what SARMs are. Sedative androgen receptor modulators. And
correct.
I'm not bashing them, because I'm not against stuff like that. The gray area stuff's cool, but keep in mind, it is highly illegal to sell SARMs, okay, as a dietary supplement. It is super illegal, and every company on the planet right now is doing it, and that is going to damage our industry as a whole, okay. And first off, to be honest with you, SARMs don't work like hormones do, okay. They bind to the androgen receptors. They are slightly anabolic. They don't give you gains like anabolic steroids would, but I don't. In my opinion, there's not enough research. The only SARM that has any actual scientific research behind it and it's been studied for a long time is Orstane, okay, MK2866. All right, and soon the FDA will be licensing that out, and anybody that is selling that compound will go to prison because it will be a pharmaceutical drug, and it will no longer be able to be used as research purposes. So you have to be very careful when dealing with SARMs because there's all kinds of side effects that a lot of people don't really know, and it's unknown. Lots of crazy stuff. I've heard about instant blindness, death, all kinds of stuff. But I mean, a lot of the hardcore, anabolic users like injectable steroid, like bodybuilders stuff, they take SARMs in conjunction with the anabolics and SERMs, which are selective estrogen receptor modulators, which are very important. That would be like a post-cycle, basically like tamoxifen citrate or clomiphene citrate. Those are great for, combating estrogen and stuff like that. I'm not bashing SARMs or anything, but, you just got to be really careful out there. And people are selling them as dietary supplements. So you got to remember, they're not dietary supplements. They are for research purposes only. So the legalities of that, like I said, it's going to really hurt the industry very, very soon, just like pro hormones did.
No, and I agree, but I guess for where I was going with the people that are using SARMs, like more towards the lens of the ostarines, which, there's a lot of research that say lower dosages don't need a PCT. Some of the higher dosages need over-the-counter PCT, but I was hoping just to talk a little bit more about your PCTs as maybe helping people out with that bridge of coming maybe off an ostarine cycle.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like I said, I think SARMs are great. I hope they stick around for a while, but we'll see. But like I said, yeah, you could take ostarine. I'm glad you told me how to pronounce it properly. I couldn't pronounce it exactly, but anyway, my Estrobomb anti-rheumatoid thermogenic PCT. It's highly thermogenic. Okay, it's got 7-OXO dihydroepiandrosterone, super 7 DHEA. Okay, 7-OXO. All right, that compound itself is very thermogenic. Okay, the androgenic, anabolic, and estrogenic ratio are very low in that compound. Okay, but the reason why I put it in there is because it's great for fat loss, which is you always want fat loss after a cycle. You don't want to just keep all that. During a bulking cycle, even a lean bulking cycle, your body's still going to store fat. Okay. So the reason why I put 7-OX on there was to combat some of the fat. It is estrogenic, it does attach itself to estrogen and aromatize. But I also, not including putting 7-OX in there, I put a remestane in there, which is a very good anti-aromatase estrogen fighter. Also, I put a natural herb in there, which again, it actually makes the taste of the product compromised. It's not going to taste like candy because of the indole-3 carbinol. The indole-3 carbinol is good a natural anti-estrogen. So this product all around will, in my opinion, work just as good as a SERM. But there's also, conflicting research out there with 7-OXO. There's some studies that say 7-OXO is great for killing estrogen, great for fat loss, and there's some studies that say that it's full of crap. It doesn't work. But like I said, you always got to find the fine line between the research and with results is how you find that fine line. Okay, because there's going to be people that want to discredit this compound, and there's going to be people that don't want to discredit this compound. That want to back this compound. So, like I said, I do a lot of research, extensive research, and this PCT right here would be great. Stacking with MK2866 would be extremely beneficial to their cycle. Great. I mean, MK286 alone is great for burning fat and building muscle. Especially at 30 milligrams, somewhere around there. So this product right here, combined with MK286 will work really, really well.
So, no, aside from the ingredients, when would someone use the Estra Bomb versus the Testa Bomb?
Okay, now the Testa Bomb also is an all-herbal testosterone booster. So again, the taste, it can be very, very herbally. But I keep saying that over and over because I know which products taste well and which products don't taste well. But like I said, the Testa Bomb would be used for, let's say let's just say hypothetically you're taking a anabolic algorithm cycle for 16 weeks or something. Let's say something crazy like that, a long cycle, and you start feeling lethargic. You feel like you just say your testosterone. You can tell your testosterone levels are starting to be suppressed. I would take the Testa Bomb during the cycle once you started feeling those side effects because Testa Bomb is going to increase your natural levels. It can boost your LH, and I can go through the compounds real quick on the Testa Bomb. It's nothing crazy or anything. There's no novel ingredients in this product. It's just ingredients that are known to work. You got regular dihydroepiandrosterone in there. You've got fenugreek, which is also known as testofen, which boosts testosterone levels effectively, and that's been scientifically proven. Now, dihydroepiandrosterone can convert to estrogen, but with the other ingredients that I have in here, it's just going to, basically just to keep the male testosterone levels up. As well, if women take DHEA, it knows that it's a female, so it modulates estrogen more than testosterone. When a woman takes DHEA versus a man that takes DHEA, so but like I said, DHEA can convert to estrogen, which regular DHEA can, because it's designed to convert testosterone from different sources from the body. So back to what I was saying, fenugreek, which helps boost testosterone. Tomcat Ally, the extract that I use is 1:100, which is a very good extract. And there's a lot of extracts out there that people don't really realize that companies use these cheap extracts that don't really work just to put it on their label. Okay, that's just how this industry is. But I believe that the 1:100 is one of the best, not one of the best, but it's one of the higher up extracts that work very well in boosting LH levels, increasing sex drive. Then we also have holy basil, which has also been scientifically proven to boost testosterone levels, LH levels, etc. So this compound, or this product here, is good for during a cycle, or even if you don't have any side effects, take it with the Estra Bomb to balance out the testosterone, the testosterone suppression at the end of your cycle. And keep in mind, none of these are the clinical dosages. And the reason why that is, got to remember, you're not taking this orally. This isn't a pill you're swallowing and your body's breaking it down. I don't have, it's only 695 milligrams total, which people be like, well, that's crazy that none of those milligram dosages would be effective orally. Well, you're absolutely correct. It wouldn't be effective orally, but remember, this is going straight into your bloodstream, and you don't have to have 1,000 milligrams of this and 500 milligrams of that because, like say for instance, 200 milligrams of something sublingually would probably be equivalent to 1,000 milligrams orally because of the bioavailability of the milligrams once your body absorbs it into the bloodstream. So you just got to keep all that in mind. So that's when they would take a Testa Bomb, in my opinion.
Gotcha. So it's usually I get a lot of questions from the listeners because I promote the show prior to us coming on, and we've actually addressed a lot of them. But I had one gentleman here said, how long did it take for you folks to come up with the formula for Savant, and how often, if at all, do you need to cycle it? Okay.
Well, Savant is a good compound to take. Like I said, it converts to dihydrotestosterone, so there's no estrogen conversion at all. It's extremely dry. Great for muscle hardening, great for cutting. You can bulk on it. You won't see drastic gains mass-wise, but you can lean bulk on it, and it will also burn fat in the process. It didn't really take long to come up with that formula, really. I wanted to bring all of the compounds that I found out in single compounds so you could make your own stacks. You could design your own stacks with it. And then I also came out with, anabolic algorithm, so people that didn't want to sit there and do the research and do their own stack, and then, they can just buy anabolic algorithm, which has all the compounds that work synergistically together. But the good thing is, the reason why I made Savant and omnipotent, construct, augment, all single compounds is because if you notice, the dosages aren't in proprietary blends. It's a single compound. It shows 150 milligrams per serving, which is very, very good serving of those DHEAs. That way, if you wanted to do, say, Savant and omnipotent as a 4-week bulking cycle, okay? So you would just, or even Savant construct, you would be getting 300 milligrams per day, which is extremely good sublingually. You would get better gains that way. And back to a Savant cycle length, because I believe that's what you asked me.
Yes.
You can cycle it for 4 weeks all the way to 16 weeks, and then if you remember, as long as you're on it, say you're on it for 16 weeks, I would suggest resting after your post cycle, and your estradiol and testosterone, I would say you rest about 8 weeks after that, and then you could hop back on cycle again.
So you're suggesting taking the estro or the testosterone after the Savant?
Correct.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, testosterone is not really recommended for the PCT because, you can run testosterone solo as a test booster, but it's not going to combat estrogen. It's just, like I said, it's just going to combat the testosterone suppression that could possibly happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but a long cycle like that, it could happen. So just get testosterone just to be safe always. But if you're not having any other side effects, you're not feeling lethargic or you feel pretty good, then just get the estradiol after your cycle. Take the estradiol.
Gotcha. John, another question that I always get from the listeners, and I know you've been in the industry for a while, and obviously this is your first company. For somebody that wants to get into the supplement industry, what advice would you have, good or bad?
Okay, well, that's a good question. I don't mind answering that. The thing is, first, you need to be very determined, and because it's a very hard industry now that pro hormones are gone. You have to work really hard to get sales. So you have to know your marketing, study the industry, study your competitors. Also you need to know about every single compound, not every compound, but so you need to be very knowledgeable. Start doing your research. I've been doing research for some years now. Now one of my business partners, he's a lot better than me at researching. He's been researching for like 13, 14 years. He's always finding novel compounds, and he's always a step ahead of me. So always make sure you're on your A game with your research. Research is important because you have to think outside the box to compete. Because, like I said, there's thousands of pre-workouts out there. What's going to make your pre-workout stand out with all these thousands of pre-workouts out there that every distributor carries, that every store carries? You have to be very driven and determined, and you have to think outside the box, and you have to have something different. You can't just put some creatine in a bottle and sell it, because it's not going to sell in this big, vast, limitless ocean of supplement companies. I mean, I'd rather be a big fish in a small pond than a small fish in the ocean. So that's why I designed Genetically Altered Pharmaceuticals the way I did, was because nobody else is doing this. I'm the only one doing this, really. I mean, so I can build my brand and stores will carry it, because it's different. So you've got to be different. And I also invested in machinery to do this. So if you're trying to get in the supplement industry or a retailer, or if you want your own brand, if you're a retailer, it's not so bad because you can just contact companies and sell their products. But if you're going to try to wholesale and create your own brand, you're going to have to cut out the middleman, and the middleman's the manufacturers. They're going to jack your prices up on manufacturing. So you're just going to have to learn the whole industry and learn how to source raw materials. You're going to have to learn a lot of things. But if you believe it, it's possible, man. If you truly believe you can get in this industry and truly believe you can do some damage, then do it. Don't think about it. Don't hesitate. Start researching. Start doing all the work and get in the game.
And it's true. I think a lot of people think that it's easier than they think. Where I can come up with $10,000. I can have a manufacturer put together a blend for me, and I'll buy whatever it comes out to 1,000 bottles and start moving it. But it's not as easy as people think. And I give someone like yourself tons of credit.
I appreciate that.
So, Joe, what is the next steps for the company? I mean, where do you want to see yourself? I don't know if you have a business plan of 3 years, 5 years.
Well, right now, like I said, it's going okay. I mean, it's not where I wanted to be. I anticipated to be a lot bigger, faster, but I've been having problems with my merchant services accounts, and because the supplement industry is really high risk when it comes to, as a whole, when it comes to credit card processing, the chargeback. So once I get this merchant services account fixed next week, I plan on hitting every store I can, every brick and mortar store. I'm not going to hit many online stores due to the fact that I made Strong Supplements a exclusive retailer. So I know Lynn at Strong Supplements, Lynn and Dave, they're really good people, and they don't water down products. They sell it for what you tell them to sell it for. So online it's just going to be me selling it and Strong Supplements selling it. So if anybody out there wants to can't get it from me, if I'm out of stock or something, go to Lynn and Dave at Strong Supplements and buy from them. But for 3 years from now, I'm hoping to be a pretty big powerhouse, in 3 years. But and realistically, I probably won't be that big for a while. The people are Pullman's just got banned. The tides are turning a little bit. You got SARMs to compete with now. I'm just going to try to do what I can to grind and stay above everybody and try to bring out more novel stuff, and go more mainstream instead of all these hormones. Go more mainstream, which I already have a plan. I have the Odyssey series coming out soon. Once I get some money flow coming in, which I can disclose some of the products that I'd like to discuss. This one product real quick.
Sure, please.
About it's under research. I actually had research already. I made a tub of it, sent it out to one of my beta testers. I'll basically describe some of it to your listeners. It's going to be it's basically a protein tablet. Okay. All right. Now it's not your normal everyday whey protein, isolate protein, and stuff like that. This is extracted from beef plasma. Okay. It's a serum. It's a bovine serum concentrate. Okay. It's also known as albumin. Wait, I'm trying to think here. Hold on a second. It's serum albumin concentrate. Okay. Albumin is a natural absorption agent that your body craves. Okay. It increases the effectiveness of everything in the product. Okay. It's in this protein that is extracted from beef plasma. Okay. Now this protein is 70% more biovaluable, not bioavailable, biovaluable. What I mean by biovaluable is that it, for instance, let's say you were to take 5 grams of whey protein, okay? Your body is only going to process 10% of that. Whey protein is only 10% biovaluable, okay? So you're only going to get 1 gram, I believe. Let's see, somewhere around there, you're only going to get 10% of whatever 5 grams is, okay, of that protein. Now, this protein that I'm going to offer, which is not even out in the market that much yet, and not many people are using it, it's going to be 5 grams would be 3.5. You'd be looking at probably like 3 or more grams actually your body actually ingesting and utilizing. Now, this protein also is filled with lots of growth factors and IgG and other things that help growth, because regular protein doesn't necessarily have growth factors in it, a high amount of them. So, like I said, that this is going to be a very innovative product that already is out right now in beta testing. People are loving it. They're using it for their recomp. They're using it during their post cycle so they don't lose gains. It's not only, I'll tell you the name of the product. The product I'm calling it Growth Serum. Okay.
Okay.
That's the name of the product. I already have it formulated. I already have everything set up, ready to go. I've got some test product samples here. I'm going to hand out to some people. It's also time released. I actually use carbopol, which is a polymer that is used in the pharmaceutical industry. It's carbopol 71G NF polymer. It's great. Mucinex actually uses it in their time released decongestant tablets. So this is going to be like, okay, it's going to make the protein time release kind of like casein. Casein's a natural time releasing protein. It's so thick it trickles into your system, and helps fill those nutrient, fill your muscles up with nutrients over a slow period of time. So this protein that I'm using necessarily isn't time release, but I'm adding a time releasing agent to it. Plus the albumin in it is going to increase the absorption of all the ingredients. And the reason why it's called growth serum is because I'm using other ingredients to stimulate growth hormone, IGF, and it's going to be anabolic. I'm going to put some natural anabolics in there. I was going to use the DHEAs, but seeing that I'm going more mainstream with it, I'm going to use like Divanelli Divanil, which is a natural anabolic. I've got some other things in the works that I might put in there, depending on cost and stuff. But it's going to be pretty innovative, man. And I'm out the Odyssey series too, as soon as I can. So keep an eye out for those products.
And John, that will not be harnessing the rate technology. That'll be specifically an ingestible pill, whatever it may be.
No, it'll be ingestible in my time release technology, which is sustained release growth factor. I have an acronym for it. It's called sustained release growth factor technology.
We'll definitely have to keep an open eye for that. Sounds very, very exciting, very interesting for you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too, man. I can't wait to bring that out.
Have you thought about, the big picture down the road of actually licensing out the rate technology?
Yes. I thought about licensing it out, because a lot of people don't really know where to get it. You have to buy lots of the ingredients are in there: D-mannitol, xylitol, microcrystalline cellulose, which is a basic binder for tablets. Okay, these are just a bunch of different binders and other things in it that make the tablet break down quickly. And like I said, to buy the raw materials, you have to buy 50 or more kilograms at a time minimum. So I have been thinking about licensing it out. So I might do that in the future shortly. But I know I'm going to start private labeling my products out, though. I mean, anybody that wants a private label, any brick and mortar store, any other brands that bring my product onto theirs, I don't mind doing that either. So
interesting. Well, John, it's been a great conversation. In closing here, where can people learn more about the company and about yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry, my phone broke up a little bit. Say it one more time.
It's okay. Where can people learn more about the company? Your website, Instagram, any of that kind of stuff?
Yes. They can go to www.genetic, GENETIC, pharma, PHARMA.com. Also follow us on Facebook, Genetically Altered Pharmaceuticals. You can just go on our website and then click the Facebook button to like us. They can follow us there. They can follow any coupon codes, which I do have a coupon code right now for any of the listeners. It's SuppTalk, SuppTalk 20 at the checkout. That's SuppTalk 20 for 20% off anything in the store.
Well, thank you, John. That's very kind of you, folks. So, in closing, is there anything else? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Also, you can choose the listeners, Sean. I'm going to go ahead and give out one of my, I'm going to give out anabolic algorithm and a PCT, and then also that'd be the bulk stack, and then I'm going to give out let's see, I'm trying to look now, either pretty much any of the one listener will get anabolic algorithm and the Ester bomb, and then any of the other listeners that wins, can get any of the single compounds of their choice. The only 3 I have right now is Augment, Construct, and Omnipotent, plus they get a PCT. So you get to choose the listener winners, and I'll send them their product. You just give me their address, and I'll send them the product so they can try a 4-week cycle.
No, I appreciate that. So basically, as the listeners know, I will be running something on Facebook. We'll do a contest, and then obviously we'll identify the winners and let you know of that. But anything else, John? Again, I appreciate your time this afternoon.
No problem. Thank you, and I appreciate you giving me the honor to be on your radio show. It's been great.
Well, folks, this brings us to the close of another episode of SuppTalk Radio. As mentioned, you can learn more at geneticpharma.com, and also my website is SuppTalk.com. Be sure to follow our YouTube channel. Click on that so you're updated of all the latest episodes. And again, we appreciate your time. John, have yourself a great weekend.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it.